Always the happy kid who laughed and smiled a lot, but once the pubes hit, I became more quiet and introverted. I was doing great in school before, but now I lost interest in, well, everything. I lost friends, connection with family, I stopped being creative. It caused a lot of trouble for me, but despite all of it, I had some of my best memories playing video games. Approaching the end of my teenage years, I started to break out of my bubble a little bit. I took a final attempt to fix my grades in school, and I wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't really an idiot. One of my physics exams, I scored highest out of 200 students. I got accepted to my first choice of university and everything seemed fine. I started to become more creative again and made artwork in Photoshop. It was just for fun, but I got the opportunity to exhibit them at an art gallery, and it was a big success. I spent the money that I earned to buy a new computer so I could work better in Photoshop. But I also bought it to do something I had been wanting to make for years. Gaming videos. I started uploading videos on YouTube and I fell in love with the feedback from my viewers. Every day I would wake up excited to read the comments. When I started doing YouTube, I was in college, I was on a student loan, I couldn't even afford a proper computer that I could record gameplay on. So I was lucky, I managed to sell some artwork that I made online, and that's how I was able to get started. Some of you know this story, but shortly after I quit college, and so I had to get a job, and I took whatever job I could get, which was to work in a hot dog stand. And a lot of people like to take this story as something negative, or like, oh, he did that, or I can't believe he used to sell hot dogs, now look at him making big bucks. It wasn't like that at all for me. I was the happiest I was at that time because I was finally, for the first time in many, many years, doing what I wanted to do. And the fact that I could make videos was so much more important to me that I had to spend a few hours a day doing a job that wasn't that prestigious.
I just love the idea of sharing gameplay moments online. So it started with that idea in my head before I even knew about YouTube. It was such a weird thing 5 years ago when I started as well, because just sitting alone in your room talking into a microphone, that's insane, right? I'd have to be crazy to do it, but I started doing it, and then it got a following, and I've just been going since there. I was so intrigued by the idea that you could record yourself playing games. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Like, even before, years before even YouTube was a thing, I was like, I want to record playing games. That's so cool.
And was the Minecraft experience the first time you ever did that?
And the Minecraft, because I finally got a computer that I could actually record on. So I was like, all right, this is my first time. Well, this is the first time I recorded speaking while playing.
Do you still have that video?
No, I searched everywhere for that video. So I submitted it to Machinima Respawn, and I found the email, but the Dropbox link is dead. It's a shame. I remember it so clearly. Like, I went into a cave, there was a skeleton, I did my scream or whatever because it scared me, and I thought it was so funny. I sent it to my friend and he thought it was so funny. It was shit, guaranteed so shit. But that was my first video, and I did it because I thought it was so weird that I didn't have any subscribers. So I thought I had to submit it somewhere else so I would get some subscribers. Does that make sense? I don't know. Because you watch everyone else on YouTube and they're always talking to their audience. I didn't have an audience.
Yeah.
Who was I making videos for? Who am I talking to in the microphone?
So who were you talking to?
I don't know. It was so weird to me. I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. I'm alone with a microphone in a room. What the fuck is happening?
It wasn't good. It wasn't engaging. It wasn't even original, but I loved it. It took so many uploads just for me to hit even 100 subscribers. And hitting 100 subscribers was huge. Huge. What's for me.
Next thing? Do we want to be on Machinima? Do we want to be famous? Okay, I guess it's a little early to talk about those kind of stuff, but I just want to address this and say that no, I don't want to. I don't want to be famous. But sure, I can be on Machinima. Like, why not? I think it's a good goal for me to aim for. I like to aim even at big goals, even though they might not be relevant at all. But also, what I meant to say is that I crave for very little attention, and I don't do this because I want to be famous. That's the main thing I wanted to say. The only reason why I do this is because it's fun, and you guys are the biggest part of that. Like, it's because of you guys that this actually is fun, and That's why I make videos, and that's why I'm gonna keep
I
making
wasn't
videos.
popular as soon as I played Amnesia, but for the first time, the 5 people that watched my videos, they really enjoyed it, and I could tell I was onto something. And this wasn't just new for me, it was a new thing on YouTube as well. Eventually I had grown 1,000 subscribers, but it was also clear I had grown an audience that really cared about me. I used to be an introvert, but YouTube really helped me open up, because on the other side there was people that really appreciated the side of me that I didn't show to anyone. I just really want to say thanks from the bottom of my heart, because I got my first payment for this YouTube business a couple weeks ago, and it was good. I mean, I can do this as a job. I'm not gonna say how much it is. Trust me, it's not a lot. I mean, don't expect me to wear a pimp coat in my videos and be like, he's gonna hate. I don't even know what that was, but oh crap, it went dark. I can definitely keep this up as a job, and it's amazing. I was just it really took the breath out of me when I realized that. And I mean, it's been a lot for me lately to keep up with. I had one job, and I've been looking for an apartment for me with my girlfriend, and then I did this YouTube thing. I had no time for other things, so thanks to you guys, thanks to my bros, I can quit that job and I can just do YouTube as my thing. And that's just amazing. I mean, how many people can say that their job is what they love to do the most? I can't thank you guys enough for that. It's really, really amazing. And I'm really gonna try to work hard, keep working hard for you guys. You probably noticed already that I've been putting out a lot more videos, and I don't know, greater content. I think we us bros, we will reach the sky.
Kind of amazing, just the fact that I can play video games for a living. That when I realized that for the first time, like, I was almost getting teary-eyed.
If you weren't making videos for us, what would you be doing? I probably finished up my master's degree in industrial management and economy, which was what I studied before. But it would be something that I didn't enjoy doing. And I think that's the main reason why I'm so glad that YouTube worked out. Like, even if I wasn't making videos now, I've learned that you should really follow your heart, and you should do what you want to do and what you are passionate about. It's hard for me to talk about this, but I really wasn't happy before, because it felt like I didn't enjoy what I was doing, and it felt like it didn't have a purpose of me doing it. So the future for me was something really like, I didn't even want to think about it. And I learned a lot from this YouTube, even about myself, and that I always, no matter what, I want to do what I love to do and what I'm passionate about. And I hope I can carry that message on to you, bros. That I'm not saying fuck school or anything like that, but you should definitely follow what you want to do. Absolutely. Life is too short for doing things that you don't like. I think I will keep making videos as long as it's fun for me. Like I said, it's really important for me that I still feel like it's a hobby and not a job, even though I do put a lot of time into it. I'm going, like, I could get an editor, and I could get some help with different production and stuff like that, but I'm still the one doing everything by myself, and I wanted to keep it that way, and I want that to be kind of like an inspiration for you bros, maybe. I wanted you bros to feel like, hey, if Pilz can do it, I can do it.
Honestly, I got to meet with two bros from Sweden, really cool guys. We got to hang out, we played video games for a day. They were both bros who had survived really, really bad condition. They got one reward for surviving, and that was their decision was to meet me, and that's so insane. Like, I always hear like people say that my videos really help out for the day, and they mean a lot to them, but it's hard to believe when you just read the text behind the screen. So meeting them and hearing their stories of how they fought their illness and all that, it was I can't believe it. It really gave me some perspective on life, but also my videos. I really felt like my videos meant something, which I never thought it would, you know. I just started making videos for fun. I never expected anyone to
happens for a
actually
reason.
watch it.
I don't believe that would be stupid, but it's a really great way to look at things. And it helps you keep a positive attitude when you're in a bad situation, which is really hard. And I know a lot of people seem to think of problems as this just horrible thing that should never happen, and if anything bad happens, your life is over. But really, think of how boring anyone would be if they never had to deal with any kind of problem. What kind of boring person would that make you? Problems help us grow. It helps us become better people because we learn from them, just like mistakes. But I also want to remind you that it's totally okay to be sad sometimes. It's totally okay to break apart a little bit. Being happy all the time is just not realistic, and it might actually be a good thing. Just remind you, things will always get better. I get a lot of messages from you bros saying you're not happy with who you are, how you look like, if you're overweight, I don't know. And to be honest, it's not something I know how to help with because I don't really struggle with it. I feel content with who I am, and I want you to feel the same way. By any means, I'm not flawless, so it's not about that. It's just about being happy with who you are. People point out my flaws all the time, especially since I'm on the internet. Things that I didn't even know was a problem until people told me. Like, my forehead is too big, I have a giant mole here, which you might not be able to see. My nose is too wide. My chin is too wide, like long. I have a Leno chin. Not muscular enough. All these things people tell me, and it maybe doesn't make me happier, but the thing is, fuck what anyone has to say about you and how you look. No one has a goddamn right to point out anything about your appearance, which gives you every single right not to give a fuck what anyone else has to say about it. Comparing yourself to others is completely pointless. You are your own person with your own goals and your own achievements. So why would you compare yourself to others? It's completely pointless. Don't do it. If you have to do it, then compare yourself to someone that you look up to. Someone that you can aspire to be a better person. Someone that makes you feel better about yourself instead of worse. It's so easy to look at someone else's life and just think, oh, he or she is so much better, her life must be perfect, blah, blah, blah. Let's get real here. I don't care who you are, no one's life is perfect. Everyone has problems. The difference is that we just don't post about them on Facebook, like we do with everything else. Just remember that there's only one of you. There will only ever be one of you, so just let you be you.
When I was younger, I personally went through some tougher times, and I strongly think that having someone to talk to is extremely important, and to share these emotions with, whether it's a friend, a parent, someone you love. Don't let it bottle up inside. Just telling someone how you really feel can sometimes be life-changing, and it's extremely important. It's okay. It's common to feel this way, and everyone goes through different emotions throughout their life, and there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. Like I said, I struggle with thoughts myself, and especially being younger, and for what it's worth, I think pulling through,
He's cool. I never heard him before.
You'll be stronger for doing it. And no matter who you are, life is worth living, and better days will come. I promise.
I've gotten more out of YouTube than I ever could have possibly even dreamed about. I would say try out different things. That's how I started off, because I started off doing Call of Duty stuff. Not a lot of people know that. It's a fun game. But all of a sudden I was like, I'm gonna try something else. So I tried playing this horror game. And that's where I think then my initial boom started, from trying something else. So keep experimenting, keep having fun with it, and
don't try too hard.
I feel like it's been a struggle for me to adjust from being so small to so big and still have a close relationship with the audience, because that's why I love about YouTube. That's why I always read the comments and always interact with you bros, is because that's something I love doing. If you bros didn't exist, I wouldn't be making videos. Honestly, I really feel like I've gotten that connection back. We're doing these fan creation videos together where I interact to your bros creations, and I love that. Listening to voicemails, reviewing fan art, all that kind of stuff is so cool. I love that interaction between us. I feel like for the first time in a long time, that connection is back, and that's really important to me. And instead of like milking one game into one video, I do 3 games in one video because I want it to be the best video it can be. I want it to be as entertaining as possible. When really, I could probably just keep these 3 separate videos, keep them up, get that money. But honestly, believe it or not, I care more about that the video is entertaining. That always comes first. And these type of videos, like Keep Talking No One Explodes, they got so much editing, so much work into them just to make it as funny as possible and entertaining as possible. Hours upon hours of work to get that done. I think people forget that. And these videos are hilarious thanks to it. I'm sure if they were uncut, a lot of people would love it the same way and enjoy it the same way, but not as many people would be able to watch that long of a video. That's just the case. To me, the improvement is clear. To me, I've grown so much as an entertainer, as a comedian, but also as a person. I feel like back then I was very childish and very confused. I didn't know what I was doing, but I know I enjoyed it. And it really is thanks to you bros. I always read the comments. I always listen to feedback and criticism. And I feel like that's an important part. Criticism has really helped me grow. And I'm very happy about that. And more than anything, I am very proud of who I am today. And I'm also excited to keep improving for the future. Old, new, I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep making videos that I love to make and that hopefully you bros love to watch. And really, thank you bros so much for watching me and supporting me throughout the years. Even though maybe things are different, even though maybe some changes you don't love, and if you still support me throughout that, I really appreciate it. I had to make a decision throughout the years where I said, I want to make the videos I want to make, not only the ones my fans want to watch, because then I'm not going to be true to myself and what I do. And eventually, I'm just going to hate myself and what I do. I also didn't realize how much it would mean to me, the fact that so many people supported me, because I didn't think I need it. But when it seems like the whole world is kind of turned against you and is after blood, to have people defending you, even when you haven't gotten the chance to defend yourself, it really means a lot. It's something that I know I will never forget. It was almost like the internet had my back throughout this whole situation, and that has just been so incredibly cool. Because that's really all I care about. I didn't make my way to where I am thanks to the media. I didn't get where I am through them. I made my way through the internet and through you guys, and thanks to you guys watching me. And if you guys are still supporting me, that means everything to me. Like, I couldn't care less what the media thinks about me and what they say about me. And it clearly, all bridges seem almost burnt at this point. But the fact that you guys had my back, it means everything. It's weird because I saw this coming. I said it in a video earlier this year. I think what I said was something like, 2017 is the year it's gonna go bad for me, all right? I'm just calling it out right now. You get out before you can, because PewDiePie he's a bad boy now. Anti-Semitic. What other labels can we put him? Hitler-loving. The media wants to paint me as some sort of villain. So it went a lot faster and a lot harder than I thought, but I knew it was gonna happen because I let all guards down. Like, I've been so tired of everything that I say being taken out of context, like even before, and it's almost like I have to think what I say now in every single video because someone else might watch it that isn't necessarily my audience, and they might take that one part out of it and put it on a headline, and it's just so stupid. But I realized I'm not gonna censor myself for that. I should care about the ones that actually watch my content
and what they think about it. And I think, if anything, that's been more clear and obvious to me than ever. Obviously, I'm not going to see this as some way to kind of provoke or start drama. I have really no intentions of doing that. There's been so much with the drama with the media these past couple months, but it's really not it's not something I thrive on. It's not something that I feel like, what can I do next? If anything, what I realized throughout this whole thing is that I really just care about entertaining my audience. A lot of people have been saying, oh, well, he lost so much, he lost his show and all these things, but all these things are possible. And if anything, now I'm independent for the first time in 4 years or 5 years. And I feel great. I feel really excited about what opportunities that's going to bring in.
I made a lot of mistakes on the way, but I've grown. I feel like I have, at least. And I feel like I've finally come in terms with the responsibility I have as a creator. About 100 million subs too late, but you know. But the channel's done a lot of good too. A lot of things I'm truly proud of. We literally raised millions of dollars to charities. And I'm really proud of my audience for helping me do that. Looking back at myself in that flat in Sweden is a very surreal experience. I would never, ever have imagined this outcome. Beyond my wildest dreams came true. 10 times over, 100 times over. I'm 9 years older now. I'm still awkward as fuck, but I finally got confidence in myself. And I'm really proud of who I am today. And instead of 100 subs, we hit 100 million subs. We did it! I want to thank all the people I work with over the past couple years. You know who you are. I want to thank the people I collaborated with. I want to thank all the great friends I met along the way. I want to thank my previous and current editors, Michael, Brad, Saib. I want to thank my family for supporting me in doing something that I didn't even know what it was. And I want to thank Marzia for being by my side every step of the way. But most importantly, I want to thank the bros. I don't need to tell you about the journey. You already know it.